Good morning, everybody. We're outside on this warm Texas morning, and yes, it's going to be a hot one. They're predicting 106 for today. That's probably why y'all haven't seen us very much. We're still working, but it's real early in the morning, and my camera person is probably still asleep in the mornings when I'm out working. But we just got a couple of things to do this morning. Thought we'd bring you along and tell you that we're going to keep making videos for y'all so y'all can see what we're doing. We've been working on firewood a little bit. We've been doctoring some goats. We've been feeding a lot of goats out here, so we're just keeping up with everything. We're going to work on a little project on my truck over here, but we got to go get us some help. I'm going to show you my help. Let's go get them. All right, y'all, the first person we're going to get, first goat we're going to go get, because he wants to help, we're going to go get Tiny. Let's going to go show him. But I was going to show you some of our project. We've been working on this firewood. We've already got quite a bit split. I don't know, there's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 rolls of firewood right there. So we're getting a pretty good start. We've had a lot of trees blow down during the storms in early June. So we're working on getting them. Let's go get Tiny. Now the reason he's called Tiny because he was the last one born, and he's a little bitty feller. But he sings a lot. He's just as happy as he can be. Tiny, where are you? Tiny? Tiny, where are you? Oh, there you are. Here he comes. Come on, Tiny. Come on. There you go. Come on out. I think he wants to be picked up. Come on, let's go over here and get you some food. Come on. Abigail, get out of the way. You're going to scare my little baby goat. Come on, Tiny. Food's out here. Come on. Look at that. I can call my goats. Come on. Come on, Tiny. Lambert, good morning. You gonna holler at us? Come on. Abigail, get back. There you go. Isn't he a pretty little boy? I have to bring them out here out in front. There's a little more grass than what's in their pens. They're getting pretty low already. We'll walk you out here in a minute and we'll show you these pastures. After we baled the hay, I guess the end of June it was, it's really greened up. And we haven't had a drop of rain since the first few days of July. We get a little bit, that's going to kick off to where we can get another good cutting before winter hits. Tiny's not the only one that we're going to bring out. Let's go get the rest of them. We got 3 other yard goats back here. They're already hollering for me. They know who they are. Come on, everybody. Who wants out? Who wants out? Let's take the electric wire off. Okay, we got Shelby, we got Lucy, and we got Midnight. Midnight hadn't been out in a long time. We're gonna go see if we can get Midnight out. Come on, Midnight. Go on, you don't need to be an ornament up there. Go on, go down there with the rest of them. There you go. Follow them other 2. We got y'all some treats out there. Abigail, get away from them goats. All right, come on. You can come over and get some too, Midnight. Everybody's gonna share. As you can see, we got us some help. We're gonna leave them out in the front yard for a little bit. What do you think? Give them a little special treat. Oh, we got a treat over here for Shelby. Shelby, I've already had my banana. Have you had yours? You want your banana? Oh, yes. Let me eat that, Daddy. All right, let's go over and get this project started. These animals can fend for themselves for a little bit, especially since Shelby got her donut. We're down here by the old pickup we bought for grandson. We're going to put a battery in it. The battery that was in it was about 6 years old, and I guess it just sitting out here so long it finally just gave up the ghost. We went to town and bought us a battery over at Costco. We're about 35-40 miles from Costco, so you would think somebody could test the battery so that if it's bad, I don't have to drive 40 miles again, twice. Oh no, they don't test batteries. Nothing against them, I understand that. If you don't have personnel that knows what they're doing, that's what you got. So we're gonna put it in, see how it does. Y'all follow us along and I'll give you some of my tips that I like to do when I put a battery in. Number one, you wanna make sure you get the right battery for your vehicle. This is called a Group 78, and it's the most common Chevrolet battery there is for a vehicle. This one had a little wrap around it. A little protection comes from the factory. We're going to put it around there. I know it's a little deteriorated, but I try to keep things as original as they are. So you can see the cables are on this side. So we're going to have to turn the batteries and set it in there like that. All right, let's see if we can do that with that wrap broke. Now the other one had a handle on it, so it made everything a whole lot easier on it. Yes, we hear you. All right, we got it down in there. Next thing we're going to do, it's down here in front of the battery. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my gloves off. I like to use gloves anytime I pick up a battery. I know the acid is in the battery, but I tell you what, you touch that battery and accidentally touch your lips or your eyes, you'll know that you've done something because it'll light you up. We took the other battery out. We left everything laying here. This is the little hold down block. If yours is missing, go get you one. It is important to have this because you don't want this battery jumping around and maybe contacting something. So make sure you got your hold down. This goes down here behind the battery. I know it's kind of hard for you to see. It's kind of hard for me to see. And then I've got this long extension. And I hadn't got it lined up yet. We're going to try to line it up this way. Shelby, did you come up here to help us? I bet you did. There we go. I felt it go in where it's supposed to go. What are you doing, girl? Grab your gloves. Let's get busy. All right, let's get this tightened down. Battery's not too hard to do. Some cars are a little harder than others, but if you've got a Chevrolet truck, it's an easy job. All right, you don't have to over tighten it. You don't have to put everything you've got into it. You just kind of get it snug on there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to hook our cables up. On our cables, we got a positive and a negative, a red and then the black. The red is your positive. You can always make sure it's your positive cable because it goes over to positive. The negative cable, you can always follow it down and it bolts to something solid like a piece of metal. That's what connects the current through. Now on this one, the battery has a plus on the top and a minus on the top. Now when I buy a battery, I like to look at the date on it. This is the manufacture date. This is 7 of 23, even though we're in August. And when you go to buy batteries, you see a bunch of them on the shelf. They'll always put the oldest ones in the front. I always like to reach about 2 or 3 back on the shelf and get me a real fresh one on there. You always do the positive first, because if you're doing the positive and you're doing this and you accidentally hit metal and that's hooked up, you're going to throw sparks everywhere, do a little bit of welding, and scare yourself to death. Very seldom will you get burned. All right, let's get this thing tight. My cables are already clean. Usually if they're not clean, I keep a little piece of sandpaper around, and they do make some sprays that are really awesome for taking these down. All right, look at this. Lucy's over there. Now she wants to help. I told you I had to bring my help out here. Now these battery bolts and stuff, you want to tighten them, but you don't want to over tighten them because they are soft. You can pull that post completely out of the battery, and then you've ruined a brand new battery. Get down off. Oh, as long as your paws are not on the paint, you can stand up there. She's got them on the tire. All right, now we can hook up our negative. There's a little bit of spark, but nothing like if you touched a wrench to something. All right, that one's tight. And I'll give it a little wiggle wiggle. Now this one had a little brace here across the top of it. I had to remove it. As you can see, I stuck the bolt back in here so that I wouldn't lose it. So it's where I could find it. So we're going to take that back. And there's another bolt here that holds it. Sometimes you have to loosen this to swivel it. Most of the time you don't have to. It'll move a little bit. Get down. Get down. Go eat. You're supposed to be out eating. That's your job. All right, we got our little bolt started. And that's a 10 millimeter. So we got us a wrench here ready for it. Okay, we got that snug. Now our battery is installed. It's all the way in. And nothing else we have to do on that. Let's see if it starts. Let's see if we got a good battery. Okay, she fired up. She sounds a little weak. We might have to put a little bit more charge in her, but I think it's going to be okay. The other thing I like to do is I like to check my voltages. I like to make sure that my alternator is putting out, because I have seen a battery change and the alternator quit right afterwards. So we got us a little multimeter here. We got the negative for the negative and the positive for the positive. We're just going to touch it on that terminal there. We're going to turn this down where you can see it. Look at that, 14.4. So our alternator is doing good. Nothing went bad in just a battery change. So it's putting out real well. So I think we're going to call this job done. Don't you wish working on a vehicle was always this simple? I mean, this is great. And I had help. Didn't I, Shelby? You come over here and help me. You've been here the whole time. Abigail's been out here helping. Now the other three are still up there eating. Let's walk over here. I want to show you all this pasture. I told you we baled all this in June, but just look how green that is. Look how pretty that is. So you can get a pretty good picture. You know, if we had had some rain on there, that would be so pretty and tall already. It's probably about 8 to 10 inches in some places. If we could just get a little rain. And I'm talking to him. Maybe he's listening. But both sides look real pretty. We get a little more, we can get this baled again. Maybe 1st of October when it's a little cooler outside. I think that sounds great. There she goes. She's gonna start eating. Well, we got some other projects. We're gonna sit out here and enjoy our goats for a little bit. I hope you're enjoying your goats out there also. We appreciate y'all watching, being members of our channel. I hope you enjoy just the outdoors, the farm life. It is so great being out here where it's quiet and out of the city. Sandy and I just really enjoy it. I know it's a farm, but I think it's becoming a zoo because we haven't sold anything in a while, but that's coming up too. So anyway, y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to, leave me a comment. Tell me if you like what we're doing. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Y'all have a great day.